What's up, sports fans? It's the Sellout Sports crew coming to you. Parker is hiding his face like he's in witness protection because he's a Celtics fan. Guys, we're starting this show with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter because this is atrocious. Um, yeah, yeah, it's 106 to 67 right now. What's his name?
Tim Hardaway Jr. just scored.
So Tim Hardaway Jr. just
First time
scored.
in a month.
Who's the big Russian for the
Svi,
Celtics?
don't ask me his last
So
name.
yeah,
Svi,
he just hit a big three to cut the deficit to 35.
35. Very
Uh,
Chris Paul like.
Man, I almost sent this to you guys today. There was a tweet, and you don't want to make too much of it, but Jaylen Brown and Tatum walking in, they do the whole walk in with their suits on and all that shit. And
so did Stephen A. Smith, for what it's worth.
Oh God, what a tool. But anyway, but Brown and Tatum walking in with big smiles on their faces, and it kind of gave me a bad feeling. And it sounds like I'm full of shit because I still bet the Celtics on a parlay, but I don't know. It's like, dude, like you only have just stay all business for one more game. You know what I mean?
I don't buy into that just because like that's just their nature, as they're still competitors. Like Jalen was saying, like job's not finished after game 3. I do believe this team has that mentality. I don't think they necessarily just took their foot off the gas tonight. I don't think that's what it was. I just think it was a comedy of everything going wrong for the Celtics tonight and everything going right for the Mavs. Like we talked about it before jumping on. Like, is this something that the Mavs can build on confidence wise? Not when it's a 40-point game with 8 minutes left. Like both teams are smart enough to understand that the talent discrepancy isn't that. So this is kind of one I believe you just throw out. We're on to Monday night. We're on to game 5 in Boston. Yeah, I mean, if you're the Mavs, obviously it gives you more confidence and maybe, a role player or two can continue this into Monday. But for the Celtics, you can't let this linger. You throw it out as soon as you get on the plane.
To your point, I mean, how many times, like throughout the series, I kept saying, like, oh, if the Celtics are shooting like that, that's basically worst case scenario. No, we saw worst case scenario tonight because it wasn't just shooting, and the Celtics shot. They were abysmal. What did it end up being in the first half? I think they were under
27%, 26%.
A lot to a little.
Yeah, it was like almost the Mavs had almost doubled up their field goal percentage in the first half.
11 of 37 from the field and 5 of 19 on three. So that, with all that being said, throw this one out. I guess one of the biggest factors is Horford. Horford picks up 2 quick fouls. We went back and took a look at them. The first one is early on in the game. Celtics actually up 9-8. And you said you don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, he kind of grabbed Lively off an offensive rebound, which obviously is the story of tonight as well. You don't want to give them, put them in a rhythm, what have you. So I don't have a problem with that one. The second one was a Scott Foster special, it seemed like. Close out on Luka, great contest. Maybe grazes his wrist with his fingernail, like legitimately, like that might be what he did to pick up the second foul. I mean, no excuses though. The Celtics were lazy on the boards tonight.
No, they were offensive rebounds. What was it? They were eight rebounds to 2 in the first half, 29 to 13 rebounds total, and 34 points to 12 points in the paint end of the first half.
Yeah, I mean the Mavs had 34 second chance points in the paint, excuse me, at halftime. The Celtics had 35 points at halftime. I mean,
I mean, you can put this thing in. They won 3 categories, and that's the reason they blew the Celtics out. They rebounded better. They couldn't miss a fucking shot, and our defense was lackluster at times. They were just standing around. We thought we could just roll out there, and they were going to give us the trophy, is what it seemed like. They're going to have to work for it on Monday night, but I think the Garden is going to be unglued. Kyrie in Boston for an elimination game, I'm pumped for it. I think that place is just going to be absolutely bonkers. I'm not worried about this one bit. I think if the Celtics lose on Monday night, then you can start to worry a little bit. But until that happens, it's business as usual. And this team has shown the propensity to get their asses kicked and come back the next game and deliver the punishment. So fuck it, we move on. We're gonna kick their asses at home. Give us the fucking trophy.
So when it comes to looking at game 5, though, I agree. I agree with you. I don't think it's going to work against the Celtics confidence wise, but I think it is something that could build the Mavs confidence a little bit.
Definitely.
So,
I mean, Derek Lively hit his first career 3-pointer in the NBA, and he swished it. I was like,
yeah, no, it was pure
broadcast. Before the broadcast was a little late. They got it after the timeout. He looked like a legitimate 3-point shooter. So if that's something that they unlock, like the Celtics obviously were allowing that to happen because he's never hit a 3 in the NBA. Granted, he's a rookie, but still, maybe that's a wrinkle that the Mavs have that we didn't know about.
Is that the format though, or is that the blueprint for the next game? I think it obviously is to go after Horford. Is there anything that the Celtics can do to prevent him picking up 2 quick fouls again, or do you just keep playing your game? Is there anything you do to protect him, because that's obviously how this game got out of hand?
No, I don't think you go into it timid and you try to shy away from what's worked. I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it. We're up 3 fucking games to 1. Let's close it out. Let's play Celtics brand of basketball. Let's have a parade next week, boys.
Yeah, I think maybe it is. I keep on flip-flopping on the Luke Cornett thing. If Al picks up 2 quick fouls in game 5, maybe you give Luke Cornett 3 to 4 minute run. And, if the Mavs are hurting you on the boards again, just to kind of stifle that a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't think that's something you can throw at Tillman. I mean, I know that you're not blaming Tillman.
He's been playing well.
Tillman's playing great defense.
No, he has been, but it's just we saw it a bunch tonight where the Mavs changed up and they started to play 2 bigs, which is something they hadn't really been doing, and that hurt the Celtics. Like at times the Celtics were being lazy and they weren't boxing out. At other times, you saw the Celtics boxing out and the Mavs bigs just going over Peyton Pritchard or a Drew Holiday or a Derek White.
And I'm the last person to make excuses for the Celtics, but definitely some unfriendly rims tonight that helped it get out of hand too. Like the Celtics could have stayed in striking distance if it hadn't been for that. And yeah, they were bad on the boards, but there were a few bad bounces. Give the Mavs credit tonight.
The Mavs won.
Yeah, and
yeah, no, 100%.
And honestly, I should have led with this, but Luka answered the bell.
Okay.
So I'm not taking anything back. I said games 1 through 3, but he definitely answered the bell. Didn't even hit a 3 and finished the game with 27, maybe
29.
Excuse me, 29, but no threes. 0 for 6 from 3, right?
0 for 8 finished. Yeah.
So there you go. Oh yeah, his last one was the 43rd wedgie of the season, according to Mike Green. Unconfirmed.
JJ actually. JJ had it off the rip. We got some great we got a blowout, so there's some great announcer moments. We learned that Daniel Gafford
plays the clarinet,
marching band, and he also wanted to get tougher, so he played high school football for a season and couldn't catch a cold at receiver. So the more you know.
Well, so predictions for game 5, guys.
I think the Celtics closed out in 5. I was on here the other night saying Celtics in 5. I believe, Tori, you were as well. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, same.
I mean, until game 3, I thought it was Celtics in 5 the entire way. I thought we would come out tonight and win. We didn't. Celtics win by 25 on Monday night. Cue the duck boats. It's over.
I want, what I want to happen, and I was hoping it would happen tonight, especially with my parlay, was Kyrie and Luka go off and the Celtics just answer blow for blow and win a close one. That's what I'm hoping for. I'd love just one high drama. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think what else is there to say about tonight? So we will see you guys on Monday night for game 5. So Tuesday morning.
Yeah, go listen to the podcast.
All right. Thanks for being here, guys.